Hello, mobsters, and welcome back to episode 10 of Mental Mix. You guys might notice a big difference between this episode and every single other one. In honor of this being the 10th episode, I wanted to try something new that I've been thinking of doing for a while, but haven't because I was a little scared too. But I've decided to start, and this is my first video episode. I think you guys can tell that the quality isn't the best. That's because I'm using my computer camera that is installed with my computer. And I did that just because it's the easiest way for me to make this. Getting a new camera, even though I have a camera, would just take a lot of work. It wouldn't be that hard, but honestly, I kind of like the vibes of this camera. I don't know. The only takeaway from video episodes is that I feel like it kind of takes away from what I'm saying. But the plus side and the reason why I wanted to do them is because it gives you a sense of connection with me. I feel like some of you guys know what I look like, but some of you don't. Some of my listeners don't really know what I look like. And number one, this is what I look like. Number two, it just visually provides more of a way for my listeners to connect with me and feel like a genuine connection with what I'm saying. So yeah, this is my room. This is my computer camera, and this is me speaking for Mental Mix. On today's episode, I wanted to talk about finding comfort in change. I feel like this is a topic that connects so much to my life, and I know to a lot of others. I wanted to speak about this, number one, because I was inspired by this one podcaster. His podcast name is Profound, what's it called? Profound Pondering with A in something. But yeah, his podcast name is Profound Pondering, and his last episode was about how a lot of life is not things happening to you, but how you react to these things. Like the majority of things happening in your life is the way you think about them, not and the way you respond to them. Not so much what's happening to you. Like that's only like 5% of what your life is. But a lot of our time we spend alone just thinking, and how we want to project ourselves to others pertains a lot of what we do and how we act in our lives. So that inspired me, that his episode topic inspired me to talk about change, because when change happens in our life, big moments of change, so moving, or I briefly mentioned that in another episode. I can't really remember which one. I think it was the might have been my bound. Oh, I think it was Does Time Heal All. I mentioned like how big parts of our lives that are involved with chain change can take a different amount of time for everyone to heal. So that was kind of the topic I talked about that day. But today I want to focus on how different events in our lives can seem so large, but that's all just subjective to how we think about them. So change is an inevitable change is change is an inevitable part of life. And change can be a career transition, change can be a shift in society and your friends, change can be personal growth even. For me, this is like how lately I've become a very selective person, and I have just not enjoyed spending as much time with others. I used to be a very social person, very much I would call myself a social butterfly. And for a while, that's just how I was. I really liked hanging out, I really liked being out of my house. But now I really value spending time at home and spending time with my closest friends. And at first, that's kind of something that changed in me, and it scared me. And I at first thought that I needed to change back to how I was before because that's what I owed to people. Like, people liked that version of me, and this part of me changing needed to morph back because I owed that to people, which isn't true. We don't owe people anything. So when change comes, not even if it's just in yourself, but in career changes, in societal changes, in your economic in your economic state, in any of those kinds of things, we need to remember that this is just a thing that's happening to us. And the way that we react is another. So even changing my personality, even though it's a change within me, it's just something that comes with life naturally because I'm growing in age, I'm maturing, I'm getting older. So naturally, I don't want to spend as much time with other people. That's just me. That's a change that's happening to me, right? So how am I going to react to that? Am I going to completely change my mentality and say, oh no, I owe it to others to be the way that I was, and it's not okay that I grow as a person? No, I'm going to say it's okay. I don't need to spend time with people that aren't making me the most fruitful person I can be. So I'm going to move away from that because I choose to. And that's it. Our mindsets are very powerful in life. And having an established set of attitudes that we want to work on can benefit our perception on our outward situation. So if we have a fixed mindset dichotomy where we think that change is happening to us, the world is happening to us, and there's nothing we can really do about it, we just have to go through with the motions, obviously you're not going to see progress. You're not going to see progress. Because life happens. Some things, small things in your life happen to you. How many times in your life are you going to get fired or have a huge thing like that? You know, like small things happen to us, and our decisions make up the majority of the rest of it, is what I'm mainly trying to say. So if our mindset is that we want to grow, and we partially take that into every decision that we make, slowly you'll see a difference in the things that seem like they're happening to you, because you realize, you flip the switch, oh, I get to change what happens to me, because it's literally just what I think of what happens to me. That happens to me. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, once you just change that, you say, how I react determines what's going to happen. That's it. That's it. I feel like since my episodes are video now, you guys could see how many hand movements I make while I'm talking, and this is literally what I do while I'm making an episode. Like, I have my mic here in front of me. Sometimes I hold it. Today I'm not, but I will move my hands around. Anyways, so next, to get these mindsets of growth, I want to talk about how we can shift it. So some steps to shifting our mindsets are just being grateful, practicing gratitude and acceptance. What I mean by this is that when a big event, something that seems like an obstacle in our lives that we can't just tackle head on, that we need some time to deal with, we practice acceptance. Okay, this is happening to me. I need to figure out a way to move on, and I will move on, and I will get over this. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to get through this? You know, you get me? Simple steps like that. But when we break it down, it really, really helps to see more clearly how we can facilitate this for ourselves. Next, we can see the challenges in our life. We can see these changes as opportunities for growth. A lot of the time, like what I said about being more selective with who I hang out with, I thought of that as a challenge. I thought, like, why am I this way? Why am I making it difficult for myself to thrive in social situations? Instead, we can see these situations as things that we've grown on and opportunities to grow on. So I shifted my mindset and I said, well, I've grown as a person, and this is just a way for me to improve myself and make sure that I really am being the best friend to those that I do want to be friends with, or those that do want to be friends with me. Simple as that. And then the third step is embracing uncertainty and not letting setbacks in our life dictate our decisions and dictate how we enjoy our experiences. So what this one means is just that everything in our life is uncertain. The only thing that's certain in our lives is that we're going to die. That's it. That's the only thing that's certain. So we can embrace this and say, well, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I can do the best for myself by taking a step back, breathing, and realizing that it's up to me. It's up to me what I do tomorrow. It's up to me what my future holds. Because what I mean by this isn't that since nothing is certain, I'm just going to sit back and relax and not do anything because life will happen to me. No. What I mean is that since nothing is certain, you need to go out and get it. You need to go out and get what you want because it's not promised to you. If your dad is the owner or your mom is the owner of a multi-million-dollar company and they say, we promise you that when you graduate college, you will be the owner of the company. What happens if your parents' company gets taken away? What happens if they get in a lawsuit? You're left with nothing. Maybe you didn't even study in college because your parents just promised that their company would be yours. That could happen because nothing is promised. So what I mean by this is that we need to go out and chase opportunities, chase things that we think would be closed doors traditionally because it's not promised. Just like it's not promised that you won't be the boss of the company, it's also not promised that if you're searching for an opportunity, the person is going to deny it for you. They could say, well, come work for this company, we'll give you experience. You know, what I'm saying by this is just that you need to have a perception on life that since nothing is certain, you need to chase as many opportunities as you can and be appreciative of change. All right. So, all in all, with this episode, I just wanted to place an emphasis on how change, your mindset, and your perception on life are all interconnected. Once you change your mindset and once you perceive life as not a destined fate of events, not a laid out plan, you'll start chasing things and you'll change your mentality, that you'll embrace change, you'll look for opportunity, you'll strive for greatness because you want what's best and you know that it won't come without trying. I encourage you guys to change your attitudes towards life because this is something that's greatly helped me. And if you are interested in this topic, I do recommend that you listen to the newest episode of Profound Pondering that inspired this. So, yeah, this can transform your life, your mindset, just as it's progressively transforming mine every day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video episode. I kind of like this. I feel like I can talk for longer with this. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys haven't had enough of my face and want me to go back to my other episode format. Or if you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys later this week on Mental Mix. Bye!